So Nike has released the new Nike SuperRep 3 HIIT training shoes with support stability as the main key behind them, as they should. As we all know, HIIT workouts can be very demanding on the feet, and it's important to have the right sort of shoes for the job. The questions I want to ask are, what have Nike changed with this design? How do they feel to wear? And most importantly, are they worth buying? Stay where you are. So here's a quick rundown of all the things the SuperReps 3 have improved upon compared to the previous release. These are meant to be a lot more stripped down than the previous shoe. We're left with a training shoe that is lighter and less bulky, and should make you feel lighter on your feet when you work out. The stability has been revamped. The shoe now feels more shallow than the last one, so you should now feel closer to the ground. There's also a plate that connects the front and the back of the sole, put in to further aid stability. So moves like side lunges, which create a whole different kind of stress on your feet, should now feel more supported. The big arc in the center has been added to add to this feeling of stability and to act like a brace for the foot and reinforce the heel and sides of your foot. Even more springiness, this shoe now has 2 Nike Air Zoom units to add to the feeling of cushioning and to aid you in moves which involve jumping or landing hard on the ground. Plyometric box jumpers take extra note on this. This is the bit that intrigues me the most. There is now a divide under the part of the shoe where your toes naturally flex, or bend, which should enable your foot to bend more effortlessly. I have never heard of this or tried an innovation like this before, so I'm really interested in this one. The idea is that it makes moves which involve a lot of flexion of the toe, like burpees, planks, or mountain climbers, feel a lot better. And lastly, they have a meshy material which is designed to aid the lightweight feel, but to also keep your feet feeling cool. It would be an understatement to say I'm not excited to try these out. Reading those features, it makes the previous model sound like an empty shell of a shoe, so let's get down to it. Just a reminder, you can see me trying out the previous model of the shoe, the SuperReps 2, if you follow the link in the description below. I decided to go for green in these. The other colours that were available at the time I ordered them were black and white, but I thought I've got enough black trainers and white trainers stain too easily, so I went with the green. I did a few HIIT style workouts with them, moves that require a lot of sharp and fast flexion of the foot especially, and of course jumping. I also went running in them a few times. These are the type of things that the shoe is designed to perform really well in. To answer the question of what the SuperReps were like to work out in, I would say that they were just what I would want from a HIIT workout shoe. The comfort is definitely there, there's no denying that, you feel it with every step you take, and I would say that they are in fact more supportive than the previous SuperRep 2 model. One thing I liked is the feeling as though your foot is really walled in a kind of bubble, if that makes sense. When I did things like jumping lunges and jumping down from plyometric boxes, sometimes my foot would land incorrectly and a little off balance, but the awkward landing on side areas of the foot wouldn't feel hard. The edges of the sole feel very rounded as though your foot is really protected. However, it could in my view be argued that the cushioning feels like these shoes are too thick, especially in the heel area, which takes away from the efforts Nike have made to make these shoes feel lighter for the wearer. That aside, working out in them was a pleasant experience, and the grip on them was what I expected. A lot of the time people want to compare these to the Nike Metcons, mainly because they come on the same area of the Nike website and they may not be able to make the choice. I would say that it really depends on what sort of workout you're doing. If your workout mainly consists of aerobic activities like star jumps, burpees, you're doing box jumps in there as well, and you maybe doing skipping and running as well, then these are an okay option. But if you want to do an all-rounder and you want to throw in things like squats and deadlifts and lunges, and you want to introduce heavier weights into your workouts, then I would definitely go for a Metcon. The Metcons have a flatter sole, and you need a flat sole that's not got so much cushioning when it comes to doing things like heavy squats and deadlifts. So if you're looking to compare the two, you can't really compare them because this is very much focused in on cushioning and softness, and it's not really what you want if you're looking to do squats, deadlifts, or anything really with a heavy weight involved. In terms of breathability, my feet felt well ventilated. The mesh material does make a difference. I don't tend to get very sweaty in the foot area, but my feet did feel very cool after wearing these. Now, there are two main things that concerned me about these shoes after the second week of wearing them. My first concern is the bridge that connects the front and the back of the shoe. If you run outdoors, dirt does collect in this area, so you may need to give special attention to keeping this area clean. Don't even think about walking in muddy areas in these because that gap will collect mud, so you'll need to go in there with a toothbrush or something to clean that area. Also, this bridge part, although it does look cool, it feels quite bendy to touch. I wonder if it maintains its rigidity after a few months of use. I'm sure the engineers at Nike have tested it well enough though, so it won't snap in the middle of a workout or something. The second thing I didn't like is a similar problem I had with the previous SuperReps. Some of you may be able to guess what it was. I'm going to show you what it is now. Just give me a sec. And this is it. This one is okay, but the left side the squeak has returned. I don't know if it's because I'm a big guy and these shoes may not be handling my weight or it's a common problem with this shoe, but the left side zoom compartment in the forefoot has begun making a kind of squeaking or crunching sound with every step I take. I don't know if this is something that will go away after some time, but it's disappointing nonetheless. I did contact Nike about this and they sent me out another pair that didn't have the squeak problem, so that's a good thing. Now for the rating, I'd give these a solid 3 out of 5. They are an improvement on the previous Super Reps with a secure fit and extra cushioning in the right areas, but they're not quite there yet. There are definitely other shoes from Nike that could give this shoe a run for its money, but in terms of comfort from the first time you try them on, they rank pretty high for me. What do you think of them? Would you be going for them? And also, what do you think of this shade of green? Let me know in the comments below. Now with that being said, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.